Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Man City vs Liverpool team news confirmed as Erling Haaland fitness call made. Manchester City host Liverpool in the Premier League on Sunday, with star striker Erling Haaland having been carrying a knock into the blockbuster game at the Etihad Stadium. Erling Haaland has been left out of the squad for Manchester City clash with Liverpool. Haaland was left on the bench for the defeat to Real Madrid in the second leg of their Champions League playoff on Wednesday. The Norwegian had picked up an issue in the hammering of Newcastle last week, with boss Pep Guardiola confirming he was facing a race to be fit to face Liverpool. "Don't know yet. Tomorrow we will know," he said in Friday's press conference. "It's better to have Erling on the pitch. Everybody is responsible for the good things and bad things for the team, but obviously, with Erling, we are better." With Haaland not fit enough to play any part against the Reds, Omar Marmoush will lead the line for Guardiola's side. The City boss has opted to make 4 changes to his starting lineup. Rico Lewis, Nathan Ake, Kevin De Bruyne, and Jeremy Doku all start, with Ruben Dias, Ilkay Gundogan, and Bernardo Silva being benched. John Stones, meanwhile, joins Haaland in the stands, having suffered an injury just 8 minutes into the midweek defeat to Madrid. De Bruyne will captain the hosts at the Etihad, with City confirming Haaland's injury status. A club statement read, "Erling Haaland is not fully fit and not part of today's matchday squad." Liverpool, meanwhile, had been sweating on the fitness of Cody Gakpo, with Connor Bradley, Joe Gomez, and Tyler Morton having been definitively ruled out. Gakpo has been named on the bench, with the only change to the Reds' starting lineup seeing Luis Diaz replace Diogo Jota. Darwin Núñez will start on the bench after boss Arne Slot called him out following his dreadful miss against Aston Villa on Wednesday. Liverpool can pull 11 points clear of closest challengers Arsenal should they beat City, but Slot is hoping to keep his side focused on Guardiola's team. "I think the biggest question to be asked is from Man City because we face a strong team again, like we faced at Villa. Yeah, Arsenal plays before us, but we know that doesn't make the game easier or more difficult than we have against City. We know we have 12 games to play, and Arsenal has 13 games to play," he said. "If we constantly look at Arsenal or what other teams are doing, that would not help us. We already know how difficult it is to go to the Etihad, so we don't need Arsenal to get involved in that even more. What I always expect from City since Pep is there, a great football team that can play so well. They've had maybe 1 or 2 months in the 7 or 8 years he's there now that weren't the best, maybe partly because of injuries as well. Injuries come back. They've signed 3 or 4 players. I can see them coming back already if you look at the result against Newcastle. So what you expect is what everybody expects if you go to the Etihad if you play against City. You have to suffer as well and work really hard to keep them away from your goal because they are so good in ball possession. But they face a strong team as well that hasn't lost for 22 games. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Liverpool FC transfer news. Our second news is Liverpool boss Arne Slot reveals new invitation to Jurgen Klopp after seeing gesture fall flat. Jurgen Klopp left Liverpool at the end of last season, but new head coach Arne Slot hit the ground running at Anfield and looks set to deliver success for the Reds before the term is done. Arne Slot would love to have Jurgen Klopp cheering Liverpool on at Wembley next month, after revealing he has already invited his predecessor back to Anfield. Klopp lifted the Carabao Cup in his final season as Cop boss, and the Reds have the chance to retain the trophy when they meet Newcastle in the final on March 16th. Slot reckons it wouldn't be a problem to have the German watching from the posh seats after he was unable to take up his offer of seeing Liverpool play at Anfield this season. Slot said, "I wouldn't mind him, Klopp, coming. I invited him, I think, to the Manchester City and Real Madrid games, but he told me he has a job and is somewhere else in the world. He can be here every single time he wants to come, either to the training ground or the games. He is more than welcome. But at this moment, he had a job to do. And in the first half of the season, he had a job to do with his wife, enjoying life. For me, he is always welcome." Klopp quit Anfield last summer, claiming 8 years in the job had worn him out. But he returned to the game after a 6-month sabbatical when Red Bull offered him the chance to become the global head of soccer for their stable of clubs. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more Liverpool FC transfer news. EEO. Our last news is Manchester City versus Liverpool prediction, odds, and betting offer. Liverpool is set to journey a mere 39 miles to Manchester City's home ground, the Etihad Stadium, for a crucial Premier League face-off. Liverpool are leading the Premier League table with an 8-point advantage over their closest competitors, Arsenal. Given that Arsenal is scheduled to play against the underperforming West Ham on Saturday, Liverpool's lead could potentially be reduced to 5 points before their game against Manchester City even begins. In previous weeks, Liverpool had the chance to secure their hold on the championship title. However, unexpected draws with Everton and Aston Villa have left room for a possible late surge from Arsenal. Liverpool's recent performance has been less than stellar. They barely secured a 2-1 victory over Wolves last weekend, failing to make a single shot in the second half. A first since the 2003-04 season began. Despite creating numerous opportunities against Aston Villa, their lack of precision in finishing was evident. Only 3 out of 17 attempts were on target, including a notable miss from Darwin Núñez. Despite these setbacks, Liverpool aims to achieve an uncommon Premier League double over City this season. They emerged victorious in their previous encounter at Anfield in December with a 2-0 win. If they triumph on Sunday, it will be only the 3rd time they've achieved this feat. Liverpool also has an impressive record of being undefeated in their last 13 Premier League matches held on Sundays. Manchester City will need to bounce back quickly after their disappointing exit from the Champions League midweek at the hands of Real Madrid, marking Pep Guardiola's first elimination before the quarter-finals in his 16 years of managing. Nevertheless, there are reasons for optimism for Manchester City following their resounding 4-0 victory over Newcastle last weekend. Omar Marmoush scored an impressive hat-trick within the first 33 minutes of the game. However, the team's offensive strategy for Sunday may depend on the fitness of Erling Haaland, who is striving to recover in time for the match. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.